You are watching In the World, Sean Driver with Brendan. As always, it's a new season. The 2026-2027 season fires up. That's all that really matters, let's be honest. The last game of the first round of league matches is a pleasure. Thanks for being here. Like button down below. Almost at 3,000, so subscribe button is there. Lockie from NYC checking in. Steve's been throwing around the money, but the most important question before we get through anything else is, Brendan, how the hell are you?
I am excited to kick this thing off.
You see the new sponsor?
What was that?
You see the new sponsor?
We got a new sponsor?
Back of Kit.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Tell them all about it. I don't know much about it.
Well, it's a Canadian company. It's RBC, Royal Bank of Canada, stepping up. Saw that one. I was a little bit disappointed on the release. It was just RBC posting, like, we've got your back. And I was like, where's the funny video? Where's whatever? We finally get involved with a Canadian connections other than Ryan somehow. And that was the only treatment we got. Not a fan of RBC, but that's fine. I'll set that aside. But nice to have that Canadian sort of connection going with ancestry on the front. And sorry, I cut you off. I got all excited there to make that comment. So continue, please.
No, I've just been chomping at the bit to get this season started. Like some others, I wouldn't have minded certain other signings to be already in, but either way, I like that we didn't make a ton of changes because I didn't think we needed to make a ton. I just think we needed to make some crucial ones. And I'm hoping I'm expecting good things. I just want us to get off to a good start. So.
Given the history of the club, both men and women, with the late signings, and I know Deandre's in the chat, the desperation. I think the run for the women in the Champions League kickstarted things, and they got added early. And Parky doing his thing early, not typical. I think he's overspent in some places, and there's one player in particular with Whiteman. I'm curious to see how he is, because I don't see a massive upgrade. But Pato is going to be something else. The highlight videos, I'm excited about that one, and hopefully more to come. But we will see how it all transpires. Did you take in any of the other matches?
Yeah, I did actually. I wanted to see if Burnley or Wolves were going to be just, unstoppable, like some people said they might. Maybe they get rolling, maybe they get there. Maybe it's the fact that two teams that came down from the Prem were facing each other, so it kind of nullified everything. But I saw other teams in the championship that had days where they looked a heck of a lot better than that.
Yep.
They looked good. They'll be in the top 10 without a doubt, but I'm not thinking they're walking the league, at least not the way they were playing.
Well, it was a funny game because they both sides, well, I guess they deteriorated, I thought, from the start. I know the goals came in late. And Burnley was able to get back into it. But I thought for the first 20 minutes, there was a lot of quality. And I was like, holy crap, these guys are for real, especially through the midfield. And then it just sort of fell apart after that to me. I also watched the Birmingham-Sheffield United game, and what a snooze fest that was. That was arguably one of, and I know it's first game of the season, but one of the worst championship matches that I've watched. It was, hi, Michelle. Nice to have you here. It was a struggle to watch it. Like, I wouldn't even say that they were just lumping the ball forward. It was just spraying the ball through the midfield and crossing the fingers and hoping somebody got it. But let's not focus on them. Some interesting outcomes. Watford being able to take out Southampton. I think a lot of people were looking at them potentially looking to overcome things. Middlesbrough handled their business.
Yeah, that Lincoln started 1-0, and I was like,
what?
All excited, and then they came back and got 2. But yeah,
Charlton. So enough of them. We've got enough to go on with today, and having to wait, and with the lineups and the discussion. It's a derby, North versus South. We had to struggle through the pains of the cup loss last year, and not just a cup loss. We didn't play well in that at all. By the way, if you're in Canada, it's on DAZN. So Stephen just asked, you've got to pay the $29.99 a month or the $250 for the year, which I think is about 12 bucks US or something like that. But
Steve already started warming up. He's giving us the luck. Remember, it was Steve and his cocktails that got Wrexham off to a good start in one of the preseason games. So,
and we've talked about it before, and I'll talk about it again. You look at the schedule as to how things are at. You have a newly promoted Cardiff City team that you have to take seriously, especially it's a derby game and anything can happen. I mean, they were solid 90 goals, I think they had in the league last year. They're capable as a team coming up. But then you've got Watford, you've got Birmingham, and then you get into Millwall and Swansea, and then you get into the teeth of it with Burnley, West Ham, Southampton, Derby County that was up there. October is not necessarily there's a stretch here. We can't get on the back foot. So giddy up is the way that I say we need to be going about it. I didn't bring up the graphic on my computer, so I'm going to bring it up on my phone. But do we end up talking lineups here and jump right into it? Do we talk about what we're expecting for the year? Where do you want to go?
I have the lineup up. We can just go to that if you want.
Yeah, let's. I just got to bring it up on my phone because I'm a dummy and not doing things. I'll just say at the outset, this is as defensive as we can get. Like, this is Parkey saying, hold on early and then try to win it late. That's my take on this starting 11. Paddow's in goal. That makes sense. You don't sign the guy to come from the Prem and then set him on the bench. Interestingly enough, well, and maybe expected, Ward on the bench. Ogonko rumored to be going to Charlton for 3 years is what we hear. The back line, and I never checked. Does Cleworth have a knock? Because I've read
preseason. I don't know if he still does. So did Windass, right? So those two were definitely, I think, some of the most injured, which could explain why he's still out.
And Ben Sheaf's got is still out MCL type thing is what I've heard. And so that's it. They've got Will Fish out for them, which is a big deal. Hernia surgery for 3 years. I don't know, the other names don't scream at the page off the page for me. But Caldwell and Osho, one starting and has potential fitness concerns, is what I understand. But anyway, Viner, Heim, and Doyle go on the back line. Brunt out the door. Did that shock you?
Yeah, I'm not exactly happy with that. Thought he's too good of a player to just let
and the go. Wrong age.
And I thought he had some versatility. I knew he could flop over to the side where Viner and Cleworth play, and I've heard, we could get by with him being a defensive midfielder for James or somebody like that, because he has decent ball distribution. He's calm on the ball. He doesn't care if there's guys all around him. So I think out of all the people I'm looking to get rid of, certainly he was not on my list.
Not on the list. It caught me off guard, and it caught, I think, a lot of people. And you go to the Bolton Twitter or Facebook or wherever where they ask, what's this person all about? And I mean, united with the Wrexham fans saying you've got yourself a player. And I think that's absolutely correct. So to me, that screams that there's got to be somebody coming in, and obviously there's been lots of discussions about who might potentially be a couple defenders out there. 8 million being the talking point. We'll see what ends up happening, but that one was curious for me because without them being in the door, I thought it'd be surprising to let them go. It's not like the window was pressing us, but
we must be making good progress on more than one then, or feeling really comfortable about it.
I would think we have to be.
I'm not particularly excited about Suter. I saw a lot of people in the chat saying that. That's why I threw that out there. But
we'll see how it goes. I'm a little bit more confident in being able to find a replacement that can come in as a defender rather than somebody up front, because typically the dollars that you pay for a back are not nearly as much as you pay for a forward. And so you can get somebody and flash some cash if you have to, and that'll be what it is. On the wings, you've got Imre and Thomason, and then you've got James and O'Brien as the holding mids. Call it Rathbone and Broadhead if you want up. Call Rathbone being up forward with Broadhead and Moore up. I don't really think it matters. lots of questions that I've had through there, and I think the biggest one, there's two big ones that I have for me. I'm curious. I want to say them at the same time, but maybe we just do it for positions. If you were to modify the starting 11 by taking out one player and putting in another, who would it be?
Kiefer Moore.
Yeah, that was one of them. Kiefer Moore for Sam Smith is an obvious, and I'll to go into it. Kiefer, I mean, you've got your aerial play, you've got your hold up stuff, but look, Cardiff City plays between the lines. They're not a go to the corners and cross. They'll do it, but that's not their direction under the new manager. They prefer to play on the wings, and so in transition. What I think is going to be the key is actually going to be our wing backs as to whether they're effectively a back five or whether they're going to be able to assist and facilitate in pushing the ball forward. Because if we end up isolating Broadhead and Moore up front and we can't get them the ball, you're going to want somebody to be able to run lines to crack through to do those things. And that's why I said this is a defensive team first, is because by putting Moore there, you're saying we're going to try and get that hold up play. We might struggle with connection, but hopefully we are able to get the ball far enough forward that it's not going to hurt us.
Whiteman might be better defensively than O'Brien, but otherwise I agree with you. I think the point to stress is we don't yet know Emre is a guy that crosses the ball. Like everyone sees Barney as a one-trick pony, even Longman to some degree. They are just looking for an opportunity to cross, right? Like cross, like they specialize at it. That's when you want Kiefer Moore in. Like you shouldn't be putting Kiefer Moore in if Barney isn't playing out on that wing, right? Or someone who specializes at getting great crosses on top of his head. Otherwise, like you said, I think it's a waste. So, and Thomas plays more defensively, to your point. He stays back more. He doesn't try to rush ahead. So, whatever reason, Wrexham uses its right side to go long, not its left. So,
yeah, you mentioned James, and that was my other position, that if I was to swap anybody else out, it could potentially be James for Whiteman. But when I said defensive first, it's because I think Whiteman hurts Cardiff because his strength, if all reports are true, and we haven't seen it in the preseason games or in the cup, but that this is what the numbers say, is he's your progressive guy going forward. He's the person who hurts Cardiff because he's going to be able to connect. James, yes, he's a good passer, but I think James is more of a survival guy. And so O'Brien's a must. He with the wingbacks probably key because it's going to be predominantly him that's going to be there to try to flip the switch and push it into attack. You've got a possession-heavy team in Cardiff who's going to look to try to get the ball up to Salek, who had a ton of goals. So what did he have last year? I can't even remember, but it was a crap ton. It would be the appropriate term. So to me, Moore's got to do a good job. O'Brien's got to disrupt. Rathbone was interesting to get the start in this one, but then part of me is thinking, you've got to have somebody that's going to be able to assist Broadhead and Moore. And with Windass out, who else do you have but him to go up and chase? So I think there's not a luxury in this one. This isn't the sexy, let's go after it, but this is defensive first, and we'll hold on and find out what's going on. Sam Smith running with Broadhead, double-edged sword. You kind of go all in on hoping that you're able to get behind their back line, or do you like having? Do you see Kiefer there being very different than Smith isn't a potential advantage in this one?
I don't know that I see Kiefer work well, particularly with Broadhead. I mean, for whatever reason, Broadhead seems to be better from like edge of the box to edge of the box. Like he loves going up, getting the ball in the defensive end, carrying it forward, and blasting from deep. And I don't know. I think people like Smith or Rathbone or Windass work far better with Kiefer Moore. More active, moving guys looking to get open. Broadhead just is like, just give me the ball. Like, I'm not going to cut. Just give it to me, and I'll make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. So for them, I think as much as O'Brien probably is going to be the question for us in the midfield as to whether we can transition, and you've got the wing backs that are going to be there. Are they going to be able to get forward enough that we're actually able to counterattack and to move forward? I think for Cardiff City, Moylan probably the guy. 11 league goals, 7 assists for League One champions. I'm surprised they get promoted and then they take Lincoln transfers one of their best players over. But is that the guy that you're looking at, number 8?
I stay away from making too many comments about teams that I just haven't seen a lot.
Yeah, so. And I have no problem because I look at the numbers, but I don't know. I mean, to be honest, did I watch Salek or Moylan play? Or Salek for that last season? No.
I like eye test better than. I mean, I like a combination of numbers and eye test, but with numbers with no eye test, they played against League One guys, right? Like, I got to throw that year out. So
yep. Trot in goal will also be an interesting one. I was looking at his numbers, 69%. The numbers, just for curiosity's sake, compared to the year that Wrexham was in League One, the goalkeeping was far better. I didn't watch enough League One games to know what was going on, but usually my metric is if you're 70 to 75%, you're doing well. And if you can happen to get above there, you hit like God territory. He was at 69% last year, but he was 3rd in the league. And he had 39% clean sheets. Now, Cardiff City didn't get a lot of pressure. The thing about their game is possession, and they don't give up a lot of opportunities. That lines up well for us if we can handle that pressure. And so we didn't in the cup match. Now we get to see whether we're able to here. But it'll be interesting to see. They had him on loan, and now he's moved over. I think he's going to be a key component because the numbers aren't bad, but because he hasn't been tested, I think that there's still question there as to whether he's a championship goalie. But I suppose the same questions were said of Ogonkwo when he came up, and he proved to be okay. He proved to be good. I think we can say that much, just not exceptional, and we went for the upgrade. But I think that there's an obvious quality difference in net between the two goalies, and I hope I didn't jinx anything at the start of the year. I need to maybe bite my tongue. What other stuff do we need to talk about? I should go back to the chat because I clicked off of it. The friendly reminder, like 2.99 subscribers, 45 watching us now. So bump that like button and let us know out there. I've made a whole bunch of thumbnails, but I just haven't got them up. Things should be settling down in my universe here over the next couple of days. I don't like these. What's your thoughts on these? How many midweek games that we have? Is this insane or what? Like,
cutting into my vacation hours, that's for sure.
Yeah. Like next week, we've got a Friday game. That's going to be a pain in the butt. It's not going to be on.
Yeah.
Too many noon games.
Of, vacation just on being able to get out a couple hours early.
Deandre's saying y'all feel more optimistic about Patterson than I'm feeling, but that might be just my heavy bias for Ogonkwo. I mean, you and I think we're consistent on our take on Ogonkwo. Exceptional shot stopper. Not, do we just say it? Bad at distributing the ball, and questionable with respect to his playing of the ball. Likable guy, love the guy, and certainly capable, but when you balance
nice
Pato coming
questionable in the box, control the box, his ability to catch the ball, he has to deflect most stuff. Andy doesn't deflect it wide. He plays it right back for someone to have a shot at playing again. He certainly doesn't come far out and stop the lobs over the top. Like you see some really adventurous keepers come way out and play it at their feet. He doesn't do that. Other than shot stopping, everything else is sub middle of the pack to worst or second worst in whatever league you want to put him in for the most part. So I love the guy. I wanted him to pay off, but the progress is way too slow on stuff that seems like you should be able to work on it. So,
real question now: when healthy, who do you want as our left wing back? Thomason or Kakache?
I think Thomason is solid, and I like him. I just love the potential of Kakache and the highlight package. He's just a big, strong body again that has potential to not get knocked off the ball, to make some cutesy plays with the ball at his feet. That's not Thomason. Thomason's just solid, runs hard, works hard, crosses it. I'm not mad when I see Thomason in, but I'm not thinking he's helping win too many games. Like, he'll make a couple of key crosses that'll definitely get us some goals throughout the year. But if we're looking for someone to be dynamic, it's not him. And
control versus dynamic, I think, is the difference between the two. Because you obviously all know that I'm not really a Kakache fan, because even when we've seen him, he hasn't really caught my eye. But I take your point. The ceiling is certainly higher with Kakache. I'm just getting tired of wanting a player to run out there with a Zorb so that they don't get hurt. Deandra, based on the Kiwi games, Kakache is solid. Based on Wrexham games, I haven't seen enough of him. Yeah. Delusional hopes that Libby has a higher ceiling. Exactly what Brendan said. And Brendan's not wrong. I'm getting to the end of my rope with it. And
I'm not saying he'll get there. I'm just saying that's what I'm hoping
the possibility
for.
is.
And I think you need guys to prove you wrong. You know what I mean? Or prove you right. And he just hasn't been healthy enough to win me over yet. I watched him in the World Cup. I watched people from Wrexham say, boy, he looked really good. Boy, he looked great. I thought the opposite. I thought he looked bad the majority of the time. I thought he kept giving up the ball. So I'm a guy rooting for him, and I wasn't happy when I saw him in the World Cup. So
it'll be more fun if we take diametrically opposite views on this, and by the end of the season, you'll be a Kakache lover, I'll be a Kakache naysayer, and then we can end up after each game being like, I was right, you were wrong. Back and forth.
We can play that one again. We've had our opposites on plenty of players. So
it's true. I don't know. 7 minutes to kick off, and I'm still waiting for DAZN to cue me in here. So if anybody else is in Canada, I don't know why. Start of the season, I always get nervous until you get into the habit of everything connecting.
I forget who it was in our chat. I might as well bring it up since you don't have something for the last 7 minutes. I saw Katamatri, the guy whose name you have zero chance of pronouncing.
Yeah.
People rooting for him to be in up front. And I thought that was pretty interesting. He also hasn't had enough of a chance to prove himself. Another young guy who could be very good. Seeing him get more run, I don't think is a bad thing. I don't have as many high hopes for Keeler Dunn panning out.
No, I think he's going to be gone by the transfer window.
Yeah, I don't see a big upside there. I don't see what others do. Obviously, could be wrong. But Katamatri, he has the size and speed and skill and he's still young. So I think he could definitely turn into something. I'd love to see him get an opportunity too.
Yeah, it's interesting with Keeler Dunn, because watching him when we were in the lower leagues, because he always played amazing against Wrexham. And then I'd watch him in other games and be like, who is this guy? So I was hoping maybe it was just seeing the red kit or something, and the badge would fire him up, but it's not what happened. I've got DAZN up, by the way, so everything's running here on my end. Speaking of which, I should swap this over to the other side so I can actually see what's going on. So it's all there. The audio is piss poor, but that's fine. I will make my own understanding of what's going on in this one. I just let's get into it. Expectations for the year. anything other than playoffs, I think, could be a frustration, right? Is that where we're at?
Yeah. Injuries out of the picture, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I hope that if that's a season-long jinx, I'll remind you of it, because then that's
Well, I think you need to put that qualifier in. I think it's
No, I
unreasonable
agree.
to, if every once in a while a team just gets ravaged, and if you wipe out one position with 3 injuries, and then you get 1 or 2 points over a month and a half, then that could really doom you. So.
It was arguably, or maybe definitively, that it was the injuries to our defensive mids, and Matty James is out, Sheaf's out, O'Brien's out. We were running thin in the back line. All right, well, in our defensive mids, and that's when we went on our spell post the Ipswich Town matches. After the Ipswich Town matches, I thought for sure we're in the playoffs, because there's no way you can take out a top team, a competing team, and then flop. And especially when I was looking at the run-in and thought we can do this, and then we went on a brutal run there for a couple of games. So I get you on the injury side. I like to think that we've added more depth to the squad that can withhold a little bit, but players making their way out. Warm-up cocktails. Is that your second one? Third one? How many lucky ones are we having today, Steve? And what's the quality of the chat going to be like in 2 hours' time? But yes, Des, and that's the key, is the championship is a lot of fun to be involved in. It's not the pressure of having to win every game or most games. You know that there's going to be some changes. You know there's going to be some upsets, and you know that even when you're chasing teams, they could be playing a lower end table and team and still end up eating it. So a ton of fun. I'm going to bring the volume up on my thing. Man, the audio on this is horrible. I'm just going to see if I've got something else to see if it's these things. I mean, you were fine, Brendan, but this is brutal. It sounds like I'm listening to in a tin can. I think it's their stream, but we'll figure it out and go through. Controlled performance. I mean, we're going to have to be there defensively. This is going to be 68% possession for Cardiff City. But if we have our chances, I think we've got goals in us. And so we'll go. Yeah, it's like I said, Brendan was fine in my ear. This is the problem that I think maybe is the crowd noise is too loud, because I'm hearing that. Cardiff City Stadium, and the crowd being fired up is to be understood. First game of the year, it's a derby. Cardiff City hosting the Northerners, the Sheepshaggers. God, get into it. Like, how can you not look forward to this? Pato, first look at him, lining everything up. Easy to be excited about him.
I'm that after crapping on Okonkwo's, inability to do everything other than shot stop, that I will not be jinxing Anthony Patterson here.
Well, what's the over under on him kicking the first one out of play?
You can't say anything. That's like the whole point is I don't have that magic power. That's you. You have to hush. Stop
I only said the first one. I said the first one. Yeah, no spoilers would be wonderful. You're going to have to hold out. I'll make sure that Brendan's got the time to go through it. If you haven't been here before, hit the subscribe button and get in the chat and join us. We'll be here all season. Deandra's going to cover the women's match. What is that, 3 weeks away? Deandra still beats I got to talk to the bot about the all caps Deandra. But be here for Deandra Aberystwyth, the first match. And we'll see how it goes. Hi, I'm up there, ready to go. Get into it.
Yelling out?
Yeah, I'm nowhere close. If it's there, I'm still watching Chaim running over and shaking hands and doing that stuff, and people on the pitch. Oh, my word. There's just joy. Unabated, pure happiness that football's back and we get to soak this in, all the stories told anew, and the follow-up with the documentary to just add the little touch. Standing over the ball, Wrexham from right to left. We are underway, and it's all the way back to Pato to give him a touch. And if this goes out, I'm going to eat right down the middle of the pitch. The jinx is over for the season. That's how I deal with it. Hey, Humphreys. Amos Humphreys. Is that a brother? Trot gets it up, punted back the other way. Salah can't get there. Loose ball, held up. Imre with it, right-hand side. And expect things to be shot out of a cannon to start with. I would expect both teams going to be ready to go. It's no tickets available at Cardiff City Stadium as that one goes out, and we'll take a throw in from Thomason. Tanner not able to control it. No more Twinkle Tone Flintstone sound effects. Yet to be decided. We'll have to come up with a new sound effect. It is a loud Cardiff City Stadium right now. Pato gets it down, knocked down Kiefer Moore wide to Thomason, 18 yards out, looking to get past. No, he doesn't get past his man. Chips it to Kiefer Moore. He's not able to get across it, and Kiefer out wide. Doyle, Thomason draws it back. O'Brien pushed in the back. Free kick, dangerous spot. I like these ones. 19 yards out, basically perpendicular with the corner of the box. Scott Behrens, and I hope you had a wonderful summer as well. Holy, 3-0. That's a prediction. I think 3-0 puts us at the top of the table, so let's go for it. O'Brien, so that means this is going to be a pass because we're not taking a marshmallow cannon, the muffin cannon from this distance. Windass is still out injured, not yet available. Chip shot, far post, knocked down, nobody there. 3 Cardiff jerseys, and are they going to counterattack? They're just going to thump it over top, and Imre is going to have to get over there and get the ball, and he does with that. Imre or Viner, don't know. Kiefer Moore onside, into the box, 6 yards! Score! Start up the season easy as right footer in the box. Kiefer Moore, you beautiful bastard. Woo-hoo-hoo. Get in. Get in. That was easy as. The back line moving forward, completely asleep, and Kiefer Moore wide open. Like that ball came in, and he just turned, curled, grabbed it, moved 6 yards, and puts it in the back of the net. Done. Less than 3 minutes in, and we're up 1-0, baby. Fire it up and let's go.
It looks like the defensive line doesn't respect Kiefer Moore's speed either. They're like, he'll never get to that. Oh, shit.
That was, I mean, I don't, as much as you give quality and compliments to Kiefer Moore for finishing that, he's held on by Osho, who doesn't come back, and just easy to turn, curl, and deposit it. Like that's Brendan straight money. That's what it was.
By the way, it needs to be called out. That ball had a very high bounce. How he was able to keep that under the crossbar, I don't know.
Fair comment. And Trot, I said it before. I'm not 100% sold looking at the stats. Like they're capable, but it's a jump, and you got to ask the questions. Lots of time left in this thing. But that's wonderful. Wonderful to start. Kiefer Moore held up. One battle in the midfield there. I got to get used to some numbers. Okay. I'm a little bit peeved at DAZN. I can't get rid of the sidebar on my...
Did you see they showed the celebration in slow-mo, and you see Emery hugging Kiefer Moore from behind, and he looks like one of those little tiny backpacks.
I didn't see it, but I can visualize it.
Is that a good visual? Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it. No, John, he was kept on by Osho by probably a good foot and a half even. Free kick here, right-hand side of the box. What are we looking at? 30 yards out. There's the sweeping going far post. It's there. Doyle. Oh, he had the chance and had the opportunity. Their back line is atrocious right now. Like, not a single. They had 4 or 5 players that could have played the ball. Okay, let's say 2 or 3 players that could have played the ball. And instead, Doyle just sliding in, nobody on him. And it took a deflection, and so that's threw him off as he was in the air trying to get there. So we have a corner. And this is why I wish Whiteman was on the pitch. I don't, and without Dobson, we're going to Matty James set piece duty, right foot in swinger from the left-hand side. The man can pass and open play. Corners have not been great, but that one, a bullet, nice, well delivered, a little bit close, and Trott doesn't come out and get it, and it's still there to go and get. It hits the ground. It hits the ground again, and Trott with a save. This is defensive shittery from Cardiff City right now. Like, let's get 2, 3 more until they can figure it out, because I've never seen a keeper not get out to a ball that's in the air 6-yard box that pops up that high, and then not to have a defender get to it, and then to have Doyle get to it and get a header on it. Nonsense. Get another one. Left foot in swinger, driven in close. That one headed away. Knocked down. Imre had the assist on that. He was the man who made that pass to Kiefer Moore. Knocked out, throw in. The pressure. Get more, please. Hey, Wensley, how are you? It has been a while. Nice to see you back. Hopefully you're here for the season. Bryn. Long throw. Near post. Dangerous. Headed out. Cleared over, and now it's bouncing around, and it's going to be...
Bryn is that one of the cool kids that has to show up late now all the time.
All the time? How very fashionable of you, Bryn. Flag goes up on an offside there. The stadium has quieted down a little bit, David. Let's just say that. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm a big fan. I mean, he's more dynamic on that wing, and I know the man who's listening has a love affair with Barney. But it's nice to have that extra cog of being able to take people on and challenge, rather than just be the proficient passer that Barney. I will give him the compliment. It certainly is. Wrexham with it, right side, curled back, and Viner's going to hold as he's looking for options. He curls right foot down the line, not to Kiefer Moore, and that was weird. What did Kiefer do on the? I thought for sure it was over his head or something, but I think that was actually a playable ball. It's the first time I think I've seen it, Scott. It was a. You read all the stat reports as Cardiff City opportunity here on an interception, moved over to the right hand side. And that's going to be Tanner, 18-yard box, taking on Thomason. I'll get back to my discussion. It's into the box and into the area for the first foray for Cardiff City at the 8-minute mark, and it's back out to Tanner, who's still looking for options, and it's going to go out for a corner. Read all the reports, and it said he had a long throw, and I referenced it in the game involving West Brom and Wrexham on review of the transcript when I was trying to figure out, well, what did I see? But I never saw it until that. Throwing right there. Patrick, nice to have you. Began left foot in swinger from this left back, coming forward to take this one. Pumps it out, far post, grabbing, holding, and then I thought there was a foul the way that the player reacted, but looks like it's just going to be a goal kick. Osho not happy. What you crying about? It's so hard not to call him the Ocho. I don't know why. Osho's doing all the grabbing there. What are you crying about? Kiefer Moore, not a good header in the middle of the pitch, just puts it straight up in the air, and we're going to end up seeing if Matty James can go and settle it down, and he can. Gets it back to Viner, our side of the half. O'Brien makes it over the halfway line, still looking for options, has to stop and curl back and gives it back to Viner. Left foot, swing, switch over to Thomason, chest down, holds it in. Back to Doyle. Difficult one to control, so couldn't go forward. Santiago. How are you, my friend? Brody. Control. 10 yards out. Foot on the ball, taking on his man, looking for options. Has Thomason, left foot. Oh, I thought he was going to cross, but he gives it to O'Brien, and now to Doyle. Chipped in, left there for Brody. Oh, the pass back from Rathbone, just not enough oomph on it to get it there, and it's picked up. And on the run, is that Willock or Scanlon? I can't see the numbers. I got to get used to it. Willock, all the way out of position as he's trying to get over to the left-hand side now. Began forward. Robertson, long ball, wasted, and just straight to Pato. He was having a cup of tea so far in this one. I'm happy if he just sits there and looks pretty and doesn't take a shot all game. High from Patterson. Rathbone able to knocks it back to Viner over top of the defender, and now through the middle to Kiefer Moore. I did not expect this possession. I don't know who are we? Moore into his feet, free kick. Gotta call it. Sweep the leg. The WestJet earbuds. I have these fancy ones, and I can never get them to work properly with the get up. Maybe by the end of 5 more seasons of this, I'll have it figured out. You seem to take the development well. Into the box. Knocked out. Corner there. Imre, just a handful. Speed blasting down the wing on the right-hand side. Takes on his man, gets around him, and it's knocked out. Could hit the refresh button, Steve. You may have joined late. I haven't hit the refresh button, so I don't know. But I don't know why they don't update the likes there for you. And I blipped it with the reload. Oh, 34 on my end. And so close to 3,000. So if you're just lurking in the background, hit the button. Join us for the season. It is O'Brien, left foot in swinger from the right-hand side with the corner up close within the 6-yard box. Trot knocks it out. It's right there. Left foot in. Skied to the moon. What was he called at his previous team? The Outlaw. The Outlaw, Matty James. How come we never adopted that? Matty James just sounds like an outlaw name, doesn't it? Gold Rush time.
It's the James name.
That's why. Matty James. Running the midfield. That's the annoying sound effect.
He's related to Jesse. He did all Jesse's dirty work.
Our scoreboard is back to front. Oh, yeah. Cardiff City's on the wrong side. Whoopsies.
Yeah, I didn't feel like making a Cardiff City home team one, so I used the
opposite. Hey, Kim, how are you?
Nice to see you, Marcus. I believe that's Marcus.
Yeah, I think so. I didn't see look how Mansfield.
I think Marcus joined
on the run. Thomason.
One of the preseason games too. I've got to call out. Hi.
Doyle with it under control. So much possession, I'm confused. Oh, nice ball into Viner. Takes a shot outside of the goal. Woo! 3,000 subscriber gets free donuts. I'm going to see if I can actually get the actual number. Like, are we at 2,901? Oh, we're 6 away. Certainly we can get there. 6 away. Robertson draws it back. I think that's Ing. Over to Osho. They've swapped sides on the back line, at least temporarily. Having a look. Nothing there. That wasn't Ing. Tanner with it. Bounces around. Going to go out. Should be a... Ooh, I thought that came off us last. But I'll take it. Oh, no. Deandra sounds like the jilted partner who's gone through the dating app too many times and is loath to end up falling for anybody. Loath to end up liking them because you just know there's going to be screaming disappointment and frustration. So she's like, I refuse to like this Imre guy. It's okay, we have him. It's the lone players that you shouldn't be falling for. Nice little chest down for Moore. Gets it up to Imre again, and the speed draws him in. He's going to curl back 2 yards out, draw it back. Shot there. No, gets around him into the area, and the backs finally get back and scramble defense. And we're forward. Hyam leaves it there for O'Brien. Well, it wasn't Hyam that came forward. It was Doyle all the way from the center back position. Came in like a rocket. I just assumed it had to be him. Thomason, lots of space, going for the crossbar post. Pushing the back, foul called. A little bit too much from Imre. Steel sharpened steel, yeah. Not offside, great ball in. Oh, I don't know what he could have done with that. If he, it was too hard to let it just run through. But M, how are you?
I will read Steve's comment because if Sean was to read it, it could jinx us. So we look good in the preseason premiere competition. Prepared us. Steel sharpened steel. So.
There is no jinx. I mean, Steve's going to be a functional alcoholic by the end of it because his cocktail making.
If it brings us luck,
he started it and primed us, and we scored 3 minutes in.
Clinic.
Yeah, rehab during the summer, Steve. We'll get this money back to you. And, just consider it an investment. Hey, taken out, but nothing, no call there, and woo. Nice little dangle there by Moylan, who moves it forward. The former Lincoln City man with a good pass out wide, and Willock now looking to do something with it into the area. Rathbone all the way back. Cardiff City still looking. I almost went with a Massachusetts accent. Cardiff. It's Tanner. Left foot into the area. Dangerous ball knocked down, pushed in the back, and it's going to go the other way on a free kick. I'm late. Story of my life.
Yeah, Kim's pointing out what I saw as well that no one was saying. They all look super young. Cardiff.
And maybe a little bit overwhelmed at the start of the game. We know Marcus. Oh, I hate that undercut stuff. You got to call stuff like that because that's like shoulder injury screaming for it. And we got a man down, and that didn't look good. Like that was hip check wipeout territory. And is that Viner down? Imre. I want to see the replay on that. You know what I mean? Like you go up for a header, and instead of getting up for the ball, you just clatter into the legs and hips. Take the balance out, and the only option available for you is to try to protect yourself when you're coming to the ground.
You guys are dramatic. You're going to peer pressure me into doing this in the background. Fine. Jeez.
Mid-game shuffle. Mondays are these midweek games. It's like, oh, I'll be able to get some work done in the morning and focus on things. And then the day's wasted. I'm going to be up until midnight just making up the hours that I'm spending right now. Kendall, it was a glorious goal. Imre Glow coming by, he just did a curl pattern, and everybody else was left looking at their underwear on the ground. It bounced high in the air, and he half volleyed it and scooped it up above Trot. It wasn't goal of the season, or is that just a concern, Deandra? He looks to be okay, just a knock, but yeah, I hate that. Like straight, he doesn't go up in the air, and he just hits like thump, shoulder right to the hip, and straight down. I'm drowning. Fuck. Brandon, you've got me. I look okay on video on my end.
You look fantastic.
Am I coming clear to you?
I don't know. Maybe something's going on. I'm focused on fixing the Cardiff thing because these guys are pissing me off.
I am testing things, chatting in the background, and I will bring this up on the overhead. Better now?
Yeah.
I will limit my clicking around and cross my fingers. Having witness protection. I don't know why it does it. Because I'm not running too much, but I am running to zone on here, so. Brandon is just as bad, Mr. Roboto. Well, bugger. I don't want to listen to my own stream to get the feedback, so I'll just keep chatting here. Tanner. I said it got. Will maybe better? Nope, not better. Bugger. Okay, I'll bring it up. That's long enough. It wouldn't be start of the season without a couple of gremlins. Opportunity there. I missed what happened. Saw like taking a flop. Cardiff, a little bit more gumption here since I've looked away. Since we've gone Mr. Roboto, it hasn't been good. Tanner, Farcross, way too heavy and all the way through the other end. Can it get held in? It can. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like that. That should put it up there.
That's my O'Brien.
Holy, I got to put my glasses back on if I'm going to be doing it this way. And I will stop this, and hopefully this improves things. Brendan, if you can hear me, I'm back. I just swapped into it. Yay. So that was the problem. Now I know. All right. Well, adjust everything and get cozy and watch it this way. I might end up standing up for the second half. I'll get back to your question there, Marcus, in just a second, because we've got a pull down, and it's going to be James with the ball now, looking to counter attack, but instead he gives it to Imre. He's got 4 blue jerseys, so what do? Here you try to get through, and you end up losing it to 1. Difficult position to be in. Is Began has it, gets it to Robertson. Curling back. Kiefer Moore keeping him company. It's moved forward. I need to put this on a different screen now. Adjustments shall be made. Heavy ball. Trying to give it to Imre to touch on too, but unfortunately he's not the flash, and it just rolls out. Cardiff City, who's starting to get into this one. We'll see if their defensive line still is as porous as it was at the start. But they've been far more adjusted. There we go. Tanner with it. Thomason in front of him. Nice little ball forward. 18-yard box. Cardiff City dangerous. Doyle there to rescue it, but only as far as Ing. Ing slides over Robertson. 25 yards out. Left-hand side. Scanlon. Left-hand side, Willock looking for options. Curls back out, now 25 yards. He's going to just deposit it to Robertson. He's going to draw it all the way back to Began, and they're going to recycle. And this is sort of what I expected, is a little bit more Cardiff City pressure with the possession, and then hoping that we'd be able to hit him on a counter. Is now Cardiff starting to find its legs. Ashford, Robertson, still 35 yards out, nothing there. Salek just standing static at the 18-yard box. Osho, right-hand side. Ing was all the way over there. Moylan, nice little ball forward. Chipped over to Tanner. Can Thomason get there? He can't. Edge of the area, 18-yard box. Shout for, tumble, and then lift it up. Great ball in by Tanner. Moylan was there, and he lifts it over. So, Marcus, for me, I think that let me just bring up everybody because I'll offend somebody if I miss a team. I think that there's going to be two teams that are going to get the automatics, and I don't think that there's much anybody else can do about it, and that's going to be the Hammers and who else did I have with the Hammers? Not Burnley. I think that they're going to struggle, and so yes, and so Hammers and Wolves, pencil them in. I don't think Burnley is as solid as most teams coming down from the Prem, and I think that Middlesbrough is better than them. I think Middlesbrough kind of sits isolated for me as a clear but not certain number 3 by any stretch. And then after that, when you're at from 4th through to say 10th, Wrexham I think is in that bunch. And so there's a chance to get the bye because this year top 8 get in. You'll have 5 play 8 and 6 play 7, and the winners play 3, 4, and then the winners play of that semifinal play on. But I think you've got to put Derby County in that group. I think you've got to put Birmingham in that group. Sheffield United maybe, and I don't know. They both teams looked like garbage. I think you've got to put Derby in that group. You've got to put who else am I putting in that group? Millwall. I'm just scanning for others. So that's where we're at. Touch there. Pressure, opportunities. Right foot. Pato, easy. That was an easy save. It was right at him, but he just collected it as Ashford had it. 10 yards away from goal. Right-hand shot. I think he would have done better than that, picking aside. But the right foot scoop, and it's easily collected by Pato. I thought the Wolves looked really good for the first 20 minutes. I thought both teams actually looked fairly good for the first 20 minutes. Kiefer Moore now with an opportunity. Let's get a counterpunch. Right foot, searching, knocked down, not the greatest collect, and he's clattered into by Rathbone, and he's going to make a mess of it. I don't think there was much in it, but he's grabbing his head. I can tell you the possession stats. Give me 1 second. Possession stats right now are 55%, 45% for Cardiff. XG 0.26 for us, 0.11 for them. Both teams with 10 touches in the box. That's surprising to me. Oh, I got him on the shoulder, and he immediately goes for his forehead.
Send someone out.
I hope his head is okay. I mean, at least grab the part that contact was made at.
Acting doesn't need to be good. It's all fake anyway, right?
WWE.
By the way, I have a new most hated player in the league. I'll tell you at halftime.
Okay, I'm at 27.55 coming up right now. I think I'm a couple of seconds further behind going this route than I was previously. Ball is loose, scrambled. Doyle tried to clear it, doesn't get it, and Robertson has it. And this is the back line getting tested as it's all the way out to Willock. Cross in, headed away by Mr. Hyam. Not there to collect, but the bad back pass. And Moore, is he going to get a chance to collect it? No, because Bagan got there first and flips it out to Ing. Ing, right-hand side to Tanner. Steve, thank you again, my friend. I need another coffee. That's what I need. Pato to get us underway again. I missed the embellishment there, Kim. Pato thumps it down the right-hand side, right to Kiefer Moore, who flicks it on, but collected easily by... That's not Ing. That's Bagan. Their back line moving around quite a bit. Ing moves it over to the right-hand side. Tanner still 35, 40 yards out. O'Brien up there challenging. Referee says too much challenge. DeAndre, don't ask the questions. Just go with it. Just accept it. It is what it is. No corners this year. That's not what we give up. can hear the Wrexham fans. Dispossessed. Nice little takeaway from Brody there. Just picked his pocket, got held up, so he has to lay it off to Lewis O'Brien, who scoops it up to Thomas in an open space. 25 yards and still room to run. Rathbone calling for it. Does he see it? He lost the ball. Bugger. Cleared out. Osho with an easy save there. I think Thomason got really excited seeing Rathbone, saw him mistouch the ball and couldn't recollect it.
That was a really bad first touch.
It was a bad touch. I think he got excited. Thomason scoops it broadhead 9 yards out, looking for options. Right foot, far post. Imre tried to get ahead to it. Wasn't the best pass forward, and Rathbone couldn't get to it. And now here comes Cardiff City on the counter. Imre back defensively, slows it down and allows the red jerseys to come. Scanlon on a mad run down the line. And they'll settle it down. The turf coach to Cardiff and woke up disappointed, I can only imagine. Oh, let's do it here. Get some more possession. Things settling into what I expected, which I much preferred the first 10, 15 minutes when we were controlling things. Is that pass horrible? Willett can't keep it in. And we'll get a free turnover.
I would expect they're not as deep, and when we bring on subs, especially someone like Smith, they'll be able to run and have some advantage. Wouldn't be bad to put up one more, kind of crush their hopes by halftime.
I would love that. Steve says his Cuban fiance's 3-year-old daughter just put on a Wrexham jersey, which is amazing. And now I really hope it goes well, because if not, I'm going to ban that for the season. No, I'm kidding. Get the kids all the kit. My 4-year-old loves wearing the Wrexham kit. My 6-year-old has zero interest. Pato back with the restart, lifted too heavy, just rolls or flies easily to Bagan and knocks it down, and Osho collects it. Kim, unpopular opinion, the championship is more entertaining than the Premier League. Yes and no. It's more frustrating to me because, I mean, I guess you've got the top 6 in the Premier League, and the big money's always at the top, and it's a battle for them. But the parachute payments are just too much in the championship. Whoa. Did he actually make contact with him, or was that a trip and fall? Oh, and he got a card for it. See, how do you give a card for that with like a trip and fall? Man, that RBC logo looks good on the back. That's a weak yellow. I'd like to see the replay again.
I don't think they touched it all down low.
No, I think they tangled feet. Oh, did he get him with the forearm? Oh, there's a little tiny push in the back, but man, did they make a meal out of that. Jesus.
Nothing at the feet.
I thought it was tangled feet, but it was like he got his forearm up a bit onto the back shoulder, and
no, that guy was planning to go down before.
Oh yeah, Osho went down like a ton of bricks.
He's been complaining all game to set that up.
Yeah. Denise, identifying the problem that we've been having as Wrexham fans, appreciating a good kick. That one's just going to roll out, another giveaway by Cardiff City, who they've had moments, but they've looked good, probably for about 15 minutes there, 15-minute mark to about the 30, and then some minutes where they've just been giving it away. What's the equivalent of a Gordie Howe hat trick? A goal, assist, and a yellow card? If you don't know ice hockey, Gordie Howe, the hat trick, obviously 3 goals, but a Gordie Howe hat trick is a goal, an assist, and a fight in hockey. Thomason collects it. It's opportunity there, bangs it, and it was a nice pass by Brody. Thomason just couldn't curl the corner, and so he ended up having to take a shot from wide, and it was knocked out by Osho. And we'll get a corner from the left-hand side. Man, he closed rapidly, didn't he? The pace on that. Straight red.
Threat being shown by Thomason today.
The reason I said yellow is because of red. You wouldn't celebrate the hat trick then, because you'd be like, now we're down a man. Matty James, right-footed in swinger, left-hand side, far post, and Trot gets up there and punches away. So we'll go from the opposite side. I'm trying to interpret that, Des. 1,000 milliliters, an apology? Are you telling me to drink? Man, that RBC logo looks sexy. And now I want to know, because I haven't bought
That
my
mean
kid
we
yet.
have now Dez's drinking? Is the whole Red Horde just going to be
functional alcoholics? That's going to be our theme for the season.
We'll just slur words so that they better understand us.
You wait till I get it.
All right.
We're watching the game. Ball kicked. Kiefer Moore, just got the head to it, didn't get it down, and it just skipped. Like, what was that, 2 inches over the crossbar? Bugger, that was there. Set up about 12 yards out. Just nobody picks him up, jumps in the air, and he was up there. He was untouched, and he's just skipped it off the top of the crossbar. Des is drinking. It is. This is the theme. I'm going to go downstairs. I don't know if we've got any drinks.
They don't have any big bodies back there. They look like they're going to be in trouble on set pieces.
Ing delivers it, and Pato just comes out and says, I can catch that. Yes, Lee. How about 4 before? No, I'm with you. Take one down. Kiefer Moore can't get up there. Ninth place. Get another goal, and we jump all the way up to tied for second. Looking at the table already because it's early. Oh, Thomason with a nice little turn on Tanner. Whew. Broadhead with it, knocks it back. Doyle looking for it. Imre with the ball, gets around a defender, takes a shot. Oh, Trot got his arm extended and got on it. Not the shot I think he wanted away, kind of muffed it a little bit off the inside of the foot, and it drove it into the ground with less pace than I think he was hoping for. But that was there. I love the fact that the pace got him behind, and he just puts the forearm on the chest of the man and just stopped. It was all there except for the finish for Imre Jr. So if I buy the kit now, because I was late, do I get the RBC logo on the back? I need to send Matt Allen to the...
This is the first time I remember our right wing back running the channel, like down the middle there on a breakaway.
Looking for the Olympico on that one. Didn't get it. It'll be a goal kick. Yeah, Longman would cut inside, but it was always along the 18-yard box, right?
Yeah.
And Barney would challenge if he was ever in the corner and like to dance back rather than the cut back pass, would try to beat a man and get the pass in. But yeah, not the channel. Lee, it had been phenomenal until we scored, and now it's a lot more muted. There was a pickup there, obviously, when Cardiff City was on the front foot. But again, it's been the last 8 minutes. It's. I mean, if I look at the momentum meter, does it accord with what my thoughts are? I got to find the... How come I don't have a momentum meter? There it is. Yeah, all us for till the 19th minute, then all them till the 30th minute, and then all us again. So big sways. 7 total shots for us. Holy jumping jeepers. Man, that's a Saskatchewan phrase if I've ever... My Saskatchewanian coming out in me here. Ing with it. Scanlon, left-hand side, draws it back. Began with it. Looking for options. Finds Robertson. They almost play like 3 in the back with Robertson there. And then the Scanlon and Ing moving forward. You tell me why Grealish is watching. I would have no clue. Osho with it. Oh, Brian couldn't steal that one away. Man City. I don't know what their timeline looks like for schedules and stuff. Where it would be? Oh, alphabetical order. Yes, fair enough. Ashford, left-hand side. Scanlon moving forward, looking for options, pushes it forward. Moylan makes himself available, 6-yard box. It gets left behind on the challenge, and Viner just thumps it and clears it and began with it. High ball, too strong, goes out. Pato just gives a clap to Thomason, and away we go. Are we signing him? I still dream of Tani Oluwaseyi, but it looks like he's actually improved his position at Villarreal, so I thought he was out of favor, and we might have a chance.
Ball boy got up super quick, got it to the keeper, and it looks like they all started yelling at him for being too quick.
Too keen?
No, because we could have easily countered before the defense got back, but
Home field advantage. Throw in for Cardiff. Bagan's going to take it. No, he's not. He's going to defer. Grealish is best friends with one of the Cardiff players. The more you know. Sorry for the UK fans. That's an American NBC commercial. Broadhead with it, 20 yards out. Not a lot of red in front of him, so he's going to crack a shot. I think he hit Moore in the back. One of the players, who's either Bagan or Moore, but deflected in Cardiff City looking for the counter and gets mowed over. Does Willock by Ollie Rathbone. God, that RBC logo throws me off. Joey Jones. The fans, all you hear is Wrexham fans, by the way, at the moment. Amos, I don't think he's going out on loan. I think he's maybe it is a loan to Charlton. Could be a full transfer. I don't know what the deal is. I just assumed it was going to be a transfer out, but maybe it is. Keep him on in case we end up being, I don't even want to say it. Right-hand side, change the topic. Tanner with 30 yards out. Cardiff City moving forward at 42 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock, and it's left back for Robertson, who's all the way forward, and he's going to chip it to the far side, and that was a horrible decision. Straight to Imre, who probably had time to do something better than just head it, but that's what he did, and gave it to Scanlon. Oh, God, the dark arts. We're into the medicinal stuff here. And you're allowed to just have cannabis just for the sake of having Oh, wait, maybe not in the U.S., or at least some of the states in the U.S., right? I lose track. Here, the government...
State-based, but yes.
Here, we've got... The government just has marijuana stores. You just go in and buy your pot like you would be buying a booze.
Yeah, they have dispensaries here. Depends on the state again.
So, but do you need a medical license, or can you get just...
No.
No? Thomason with the foul. The more you know is referenced so many films. We're aware of it by cultural osmosis. There you go. Grew up on that. The more you know. The thing that was different growing up is we were inundated with U.S. channel from one, like depending on which province you were in, from a certain state. So I got Detroit and Minnesota. And so I'm a Vikings fan as a consequence and a Michigan Wolverines fan as a consequence. People out here, they got Washington State, so lots of Seahawks fans and Washington State fans. Trot up to play, moves it out to Osho, gets the return. Not a lot going on here in the last 5 minutes. Team's just looking to get to the half. What do we call it for added time? The other thing I noticed in the games I was watching earlier, the added time was coming like 20, 30 seconds before we got to the 45. And it kind of threw me off. Team bong hits for the win.
2 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, other than Imre going down, I don't think there and the goal, I don't think that there's anything there.
Yeah, the keeper went down for them once.
Oh, right. I forgot about that one. Not for too long. His poor head. He's got nerve endings connected to his shoulder. Ing with it. Gets around Brody. Slides it back. Robertson looking to control as we're getting close to the 45th minute, and a nice little cutout interception slide tackle, call it what you want, just to clear it. Me? No, not a Seahawks fan. I like the fact that I can support a team that has problems with kicking field goals, whether that be the Minnesota Vikings or the Saskatchewan Roughriders. They're both abhorrent, just break hearts. 2 minutes of added time, and that didn't come up early, so I was hoping that was a new thing. There we go. 2 minutes of added time. Brendan gets a cookie for being right.
Cookie.
And nothing, just kicking around midfield. Began. Are they going to move forward? Happy to just let the clock run out. It's another back pass. It's maybe, there it is to Began. Improving the stats. I'm going to have to go and get a coffee and probably something else, so I'll leave the stats to you, Brendan.
Sure.
Run back up. Tanner here, a minute left. 18 yards, crosses there. It's the butt shot. Broadhead turns, curls, jumps in the air, and takes it where the sun don't shine. Ing. Throws it in. Tanner, nice little chip shot to Ashford. He's going to move 25 yards out, running across the front of goal. He's still running, slides it in. Good little interplay there between Salek and Moyen, but not able to control it. And Thomason just easily runs around Tanner, and he's looking for options. Tries to get it down the line. You got to do better than that. He was trying to be progressive and move it forward, which I like, but he missed the pass and gave it away. Now it's into the area. It's knocked out, and it's going to be a corner. 10 seconds left. Defend this and get into the half. Bagan, left back, coming over with the left foot in, swinger from the right-hand side. Gooseberry jam. Not as good as Saskatoon berry jam, but you'll take it. Far post, up in the air, still loose, headed, cleared out. Lame shout for a pen. And that's the half. Oh, I think Dobble will get in and get his chance yet. Kiefer Moore, less than 3 minutes in with the goal, and I'm going to hand the keys over while I go fill up my cup of coffee and do what I need to do. I'll be back in, we'll call it 7.
All right, I'll blow through the stats here.
I don't know how to mute my microphone.
As said, Moore at the 3-minute mark for the goal. Somehow we had all possession early, and then we gave it away, and they ended up with 63% to 37 for us. XG 0.29 to our 0.67. They had 4 total shots. We had 8. We had 3 on target. Sean's favored. We beat them with touches in the box, 14 to 15. We had 2 big chances. They had more accurate passes. Seems to gel with the possession stats. We had 6 corners, which is nice. Expected goals, we have all of that for the most part. All the shots. They have all the passes and defense. Seems like they won the majority of all the duels. When you look at the rankings, we got Moore at 7.8, Doyle 7.0, Emery at 7, Matty James 6.8. Good numbers by our guys. RKO in the house. Just reading you guys in the chat here. Yes, nice not to have a hydration break. Although I saw the Charlton game they used a hydration break, which I didn't understand. Is that like an option this year? I certainly hope not. I mean, it was pretty pathetic, by the way. It was like, for Fahrenheit people, it was like 78 degrees there at best. And they had to take a hydration break. I can't even believe that. Just reading everyone's comments here. John Olson saying he's happy with the performance. A lot of people happy, even with the stats, all looking good. Yeah, I think we started off, we had a lot of energy, and then we just kind of tapered off. If he can't fire them up at halftime and they're not playing hard, I want to see a lot of subs. Get some fresh guys in there and see if they can make something happen. Let me get some pictures going, see what's going on X. The halftime 1-0 lead. Oh, that's pretty nice. They focused in on the crowd. You get to see the Wrexham fans. Well, they did fill it out on a Monday night. It's pretty nice. Love to see the supporters. Everyone trying to give Wrexham shit too. Steve Barton still saying 3-1. I'm looking for that 3-0. I'm going to be optimistic. I think it would be good for us to, with the new keeper, get the clean sheet. So. What else? Boy, that is a lot of detail in that picture. Whoa. Waiting for Sean to come back. Dying to talk about who I hate after watching the Charlton game. Don't know if anyone else saw many of the games this weekend. Sorry. I think we look like we're in a good place. Like we can play with any of them. Does look like pretty much like the championship where just about anybody can beat anybody else this year. A lot of teams that I was surprised. Teams that were picked to be in the top 3 or auto promotions struggled or didn't look fantastic, and then teams expected to go down. A lot of them are playing well to start the season early. But the first 5 games is typically not reflective of what the whole season is. You get teams playing well that just barely score any points the rest of the year, and then some teams that wait several weeks before they start coming on. And of course, Wrexham will have like typically 3 players who haven't even been put on the team yet, and they're starters. So you never know what you're going to get. Steve dishing out memberships again. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Southampton, there was plenty of people saying that they looked really good preseason and that they were going to be way up there, us against the world kind of mentality. Situations like that where they're going to get ripped on at every stadium they go to, and, people are always going to be giving it to them. And they probably have to let go, if they haven't, everyone involved in it. So that either gets everyone to galvanize together and kick ass, or they fall apart. So I would guess it's one or the other. They'll be, 16 or further back, or in the top 8 somewhere. Kiefer Moore with that first early one. Sean is milking his break time here.
And I'm back. Oh, caffeine. Scott, like an Imre a lot. If you were to take a first half star, I know Moore's all the way up to 7.8 on the FOTMOB rating, and Imre's only at 7.0. Doyle also at 7.0. But to me, Imre has to be player of the game so far. No,
I've liked his hustle. It's hard not to say. Kiefer Moore's working pretty darn hard up there. Pretty mobile, doing a lot of good stuff. So, but I like Emery. He's standing out today.
Yeah, no, I will take that as a first half. I mean, you don't want to look at the table and assess where you're at, but to be one of potentially 9 teams who end up with a win in the first match is something you definitely take on, and I'm here for it. It would be a beautiful, beautiful start, and we haven't had that for a while. That Kiefer shot was bonkers. Can't believe he got it in. I said easy peasy, easy as it was, and that was mostly because of the build-up. But I mean, the pass from Imre was exceptional late before him to go and get it, but you got to give him massive credit. So, sorry, 9 teams. I said 10, didn't I? I was off. Low possession, good. I'm just going to look because I haven't looked at the stats. I'm assuming you went over them, so I won't have to. But, yeah, I called 68% possession is what I thought was going to be on.
Andrew wants to know who I hate. I watched the Charlton game, and I can tell you, I knew other people disliked Charlton, and I hadn't been around being a Wrexham fan long enough to hate Charlton particularly, or watched enough EFL to hate them. I knew their coach was a dick, but other than that, I didn't have anything particularly against them. And now I do. I watched a Charlton game, and besides, yes, not liking their coach too much, Chalobah, I'm probably mispronouncing his name, midfielder. Talk about a cheap, whiny SOB. By far the worst guy I've seen since we go back to the left wing back for Notts County a few seasons ago. Like this
Jody
guy,
Jones.
Yeah, all game long. He was grabbing, pulling people, pulling their arms. If he felt, he would dive and then he'd try to kick people in the legs or trip them up. He was using every tactic he could. The ball would be on the other side. It's a nothing play, goes out of bounds, and he's still taking cheap shots at guys and flopping and complaining. Worst player in the league, hands down.
I'm going to have to now watch a Charlton match. And what was the last name again?
Chalobah.
I will have to soak one in just so I can see I guess the joy of having the DAZN.
Everything I hate about the game.
As I get
actually, if he was more of a flopper, like what's his name was
Jody Jones.
Yeah, Jody Jones. Jody Jones is just the he was actually talented, but the flopping just destroys the game.
Right.
This guy is just cheap dirt. Like, you'd appreciate him if he's on your team kind of thing, like from the hockey perspective, the Rat, like Ken Linsman or, any of the other guys that are just cheap shot artists. But that's what this guy is. Awful.
Fascinating. I'm all there for it. Another question that I haven't asked and might look into, and Deandra, I'll always subject to you if you're there and eavesdropping, is there's a couple of interesting women's preseason matches. Do you see who they've got for the preseason?
Yeah, big names.
Watford and Wolves. Watford in the women's, do they call it the Super League, the WSL 2? Women's Super League 2. And Wolverhampton women, are they in the top? Are they in the WSL? Doesn't look like it. No, they're both, but still solid teams, both coming to the Rock. So that one 5 days away, Sunday, 6 a.m. I don't see any streaming information. So it might not be available, but if it does, no news on actually streaming the friendlies. There it is. So if it does, I can panic something and throw it together. If somebody finds it, let us know. And we'll check all that out. Jody Jones, I just looked up his name to see what he was up to anyway, still with Knots, but apparently there's heavy discussions that he could be moving to Bromley. I'm glad we don't have to watch him. I'm just glad we don't have to watch him. And then now I really jinxed us. We're going to draw Notts County in the FA. What was your take in hindsight? You have the game against Middlesbrough and you're out of the EFL Cup. I mean, I'm
happy about it.
Yeah, it's weird. Give me a run in the FA Cup by all stretch of the imagination, but the EFL Cup to me is just it's a lame runner-up prize. Maybe if there was more money in it, would that interest me? But it's like the third tier. Win the league or win the FA Cup. I think most people would probably take the league, but for me, winning the EFL Cup, you don't hang a banner.
I want us focused. I don't want injuries. I don't want guys worn down.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and just having to adjust to the crazy schedule.
Yeah, maybe if we were Saturday, and then we're mixing in some. But you saw this. Some of the time there's like 3 games in 6 days. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's just hard to get into a routine as well. How many weeks before Southampton makes it into the top 10? Well, they got to get out of the -4 position first. I looked at it when I first looked at the table. I forgot about the point deduction from last year, and I thought, how bad did Southampton get blown out? Who blew them out? But saw that it wasn't a bad game. They just got that 4 points to make up. I don't know psychologically whether that's going to lean on them with what all happened in the changeover, the spine thing and the punishment, and whether that trickles out onto the pitch. I mean, but they were slow starters last year. They're a solid team. You can put Southampton into that team that's chasing for a playoff spot by the end of it for sure for me. So we'll see. Interesting. Loki says get out of the FA Cup. I'm going to add that in here. Do you like the long runs in the FA Cup or not? I'm going to put that as a poll. I'll eliminate. Yes, always. And I'm going to put another one only if we get past the first round or two.
Coming out onto the field.
Coming out onto the pitch, and not. If I can type, what the heck's going on today? Jesus. There we go. Put that out there as a poll. Let people tell me what they think. Des has Southampton in the top 3. See, I have Middlesbrough being better than Southampton this year. I think that the changes that they've made make them better. I think Berhalter's proven that he can play at this level. Cardiff standing over the ball, going from right to left on your computer monitors. Wrexham from left to right. Bring up my lineup. And away we go. More control from Cardiff City to start everything off. And we'll see. It's nice to know that we've got some offensive punch, too, to come off of the bench. Yeah, I don't think Whiteman's a massive upgrade on anybody's CPM, but he's a different quality guy with his passing, right? And so in those games where you need somebody to be able to connect things and move stuff forward, he's the type of guy you want. Plus set pieces. The guy can deliver set pieces. And so I'm curious to see where he's at. Ollie Rathbone beating Began to the ball up against the goal line, waiting for support to come and help out. Brody kind of trying to make himself an outlet. Grabs the ball 18 yards, going to slide it to Doyle 30 yards out. He's going to hold it, delivered back to Rathbone, who's on the left-hand side. Thomason says, give it to me, but instead he slides it through. Doyle, he's free, he's clear. Stopped in the feet. And Doyle winding up the crowd with that one after the shot, and we'll get a corner on the left-hand side. Position save by Trott as Doyle grabs it and gets to 6 yards out, tries to go short side, and Trott standing there taking it away. The Bermudian national. We looked good. Parkey built this. Oh, there's the far post. Trott gets a hand onto it and does a good job making sure that goes out instead of over top for a corner on the other side. And Doyle calls a foul as Moylan takes a flop. Parkey built this team with the understanding that it was a 3-year project to get to the Prem, 5 months for current squad to gel. We just missed. We have a team that can beat any other team in the EFL. In Parkey, we trust. I'm with you. Not that quite their building for this year. Stupid keeper, says Deandra. That's my favorite comment that she has. I hate when people do their jobs. No love because he's represents a Caribbean squad internationally. Is there just hatred out there? I don't know. Who's the rivalry with? "47 minutes and 25 seconds coming up as it's a long ball looking for more. He's got to twist and turn and try to find it. Osho tries to give him a push, and it's laid up. Opportunity here. Broadhead, right foot. Blocked by Began. Stopped the shot. Goes up over top. Dangerous, nice little pass there. And Broadhead, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more better from that one, to be completely fair. I thought he had the space to hit the gap. The forearm shivers between Moore and Osho are there both sides. Don't care about... Yeah, I guess it's farther up, isn't it? We just loop everything that's foul there from the push, so nothing in it. The defense is too competent. They found it, haven't they? The first 10, 15 minutes... It was rough. Handball. Didn't he put it down and play it and then pick it up and scoop it? All right. Would have been a cheeky call. James's corners are no bueno. Yeah, but we've known that. And Dobson's been taking them, which gives you an idea as to how bad Matty James, despite his passing, is on the set pieces. But we don't have that. Imre gets his head on it. It's up in the air, knocked down. Began, moves it forward. Imre piggybacks. No call. Rathbone grabs it. Rathbone up to Imre. Began closes in, beats him, gets to the inside. Ooh, couldn't quite get there. And it's Bagan and not Began. Every person I've ever known spelled B-A-G-A-N is pronounced Began. Is that just a UK thing for Bagan? Tanner moves it forward. Easily intercepted and taken away, and Doyle flips it the other way. On the run is Broadhead. He's only got Moore. It's 2-on-2. Moore with the overlap. Broadhead cuts the difference. He's got it open in his right foot. Big save, Trott. A little bit further to the left would have been there. I thought maybe the cutback pass because Moore would have been on, I think. But well done for Kiefer to open up the gap and Broadhead to fill it, but just couldn't do it. And here comes the bad guys on the run with Moylan the other way as the game suddenly opened up and it's into the area. Chip forward and Pato. Just an easy save on Salek going down to the left and grabbing it. Revan. They need to have like the Olympics where they have every player say their pronunciation of their last name. The only team I hate out that plays football in the Caribbean that might upset the Welsh, I don't know, is Jamaica. Because they're so unpredictable. They can look like the absolute worst team ever, and then they come out on the very next game and they're world beaters. And so you never know what you're getting with them. Oh, not playing advantage. That's the referee. Why did you do that? I mean, I'll take it. Calls the foul and doesn't play advantage as Ashford's coming down the left-hand side. Well, not much of a foul. Jesus. That was a dive and a flop. Look, does he... Oh.
This is like Premier League softness.
Oof.
You get bumped and you just flop.
But I mean, if you're going to call the foul, you've got to play the advantage. And you had was it Ashford? Whoever had the ball.
So that guy jumped in the air. My grandmother could tap someone who jumps in the air and send him alive. Like, that's how physics works. So
Began. Not going to take it. Flat, low, cleared away. Nice little header on the recovery there. Was that Viner who got to that one? That was a tricky one. He had to really stretch and then giving away trouble. Lots of blue jerseys forward, and it's coming over to the left-hand side. Switches on. Red still looking to fill in their positions, and they finally got there now. As Robertson has it and draws it back. Willock. Scanlon. All on the left-hand side, 25 yards out. Rathbone can't get there. Cardiff City fans starting to get loud, pulling their team in with the extended possession. Right-hand side. Left foot, scooped in. Dangerous. Pato with the punch. Had a header coming in, and it was dangerous, and he was able to get there first and slap that one away. Willock now. We're under assault is Wrexham. Need to find something. Left-hand side. Scanlon. Far side. Heavy. Missed header there by Thomason, so Tanner's just going to collect it over on the opposite side. Pushed around his man. Scooped forward and coughed up, and O'Brien gets pushed in the back. Yellow card. You do that in hockey, you're getting punched in the face. After the whistle, putting it in the net. That the code of hockey requires a man to get punched in the face for that. It was a good punch, Des. Deandra, you know what happens if when you open up and you end up starting to really like somebody? We've talked about this before. Left foot swung out wide. Cardiff City with the ball, advancing forward through Ashford. Back to Robertson to resettle. No press, just letting them come forward, and it's moved forward. And oh, that's a yellow at least. It's a yellow. Not an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, but he definitely pulled down the man in what you can only call a professional foul. And these are those ones in the spot that I don't like them. I don't like them because the up-down is definitely there. Curb your enthusiasm, Deandra. Haim with the professional foul, but yeah, that's not a obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Haim on Salick. Well, Pato, here's a test. In order to win over Deandra's heart, we're looking for you here to find one. Ing lining up, Began lining up. We'll see who ends up taking it. Only 3 in the wall. Interesting shout.
There's plenty of times that Haim foul gets let go. A quick jersey pull is allowed typically.
Yeah, I think it was a quick one. Yeah, I think that was a little bit more assertive. I thought it was going to be yellow for sure, and then I was looking for where our defense was to see if it could be a potential red, because you get nervous on those. I think this is Began going to take it. I'm wrong. Ing into the wall. Blue kit all into the box. Ball's bouncing around. Whistle blows. Offside. Oh, Des, I set that up last year, and I just didn't. You know what? That was a double doink off the noggin from Moore too. I think that was Thomason. I've got too much going on in my life because there's stuff I want to be able to do for the channel, and I just haven't been able to figure it out yet. But I will get there some way, somehow. Moore couldn't get the touch over to Rathbone. Goes out Cardiff City now with another throw in. I'd love to see us start to turn the screws, or at least do something in the counterattack to shift this one a bit. Scanlon, long throw. Viner gets his head to it, knocks it down. Rathbone comes and chests it down, and it just comes all the way back, and now Viner's going to have to chase it. Gets it to Pato. Pato. Oh, he didn't hit that one clean, and it still stayed in. That's a positive sign.
By the way, I saw multiple teams subbing players in the 50-something minute range.
Never. Who?
2 minutes, 53
Never.
minutes.
Yeah. Imre tried to get the cross, gets blocked down by Scanlon. We're 9 minutes away from subs. I don't know why the EFL has love. What do I need? Time. That time is all I need. No work commitments. No family stuff. That's all I need. The toys are all here. We'll see what I can get to tonight if I can do what I wanted to do at the start of the season. Knocked down. James tried to get there. Couldn't. He saves it, knocks it clear. It's all the way forward. Left-hand side. Doyle, shoot that. Left foot. Post. I thought he was going to go far side. Oh, man. Hockey etiquette and football. It'd be way more entertaining. It'd look a lot like lacrosse. Just differences in code, right? Like playing with the puck after a penalty, shooting it into the opposing team's net. That was a good shot by Doyle. Got to give it to him. Had the force on it. Just needed a couple more inches. Story of my life. That was for Deandra. I have to have one every game.
Absolute cannon by him.
Yeah.
Hell of a kick.
Smith will be on here soon enough. He'll be the 72nd minute sub.
Yeah, what kind of bullshit is Rathbone pulling?
Ties the shoe and still leaves the string down. Bigger than they are, but capable, and yeah, watch the CONCACAF tournaments where they've gone deep, and you look and they're like 1 win, 2 losses in group play. They sneak in, and all of a sudden they thump somebody in the quarterfinal, and you're like, who is this team? And then they get blown out 4-0 in the semi. Spetsnose, love the optimism. It's a new season. Parky's a new man with more depth. He's gonna speed everything up. 65th minute, 72nd minute, and then 85th minute. 3 subs, right? More like 68th, 79th, and 89th. But I'm vertically challenged. The first step is admitting it? No, I'm fine. Right-hand side. Ing. Ashford. Curling. Doyle's not able to dispossess him. It's back to Robertson. Space. Moves it forward to Salek. Oh, that's a flop. Thank you, ref. Big shout from the crowd, but that was a stub the toe and go full swan dive. My kid's belly flop into the pool was about as equally as impressive. Kakache, I've heard he's got a knock, but space here. I'll come back to it. Another flop. Stop diving. Give the guy a card for simulation here. Moylan, unnecessary bullshit. What were we talking about? Kakache. I've heard he's got a knock, but he's essentially ready to go. But just doesn't draw in. And whether that's because he's not quite 100. Never use inches, always millimeters. Moore gets to it. But despite having both Imre and Broadhead there, it somehow splits the gap and gets collected by Cardiff City, and they're forward through Ashford over to Tanner. Handball. Patagonia Reds into the chat. No caps. That's why you got cut out. He just says Patagonia Reds. Stopping the poll there to see where we're at with that. So only 15%, I guess. 15% say not at all with respect to the deep runs. And some want the deep run right from outset, and some say, they'll warm up to it after a couple of wins. 85% saying they'll appreciate the FA Cup stuff. As Tanner, far post, open, and well done just to get that one away and be safe. Imre has to get ahead on it, knock it off for a corner as Willock was wide open over on the left-hand side.
Smart play by Imre, just heading that out.
Cardiff City with subs before Wrexham? What's going on? And the new rules in play, so players just stepping off right away to allow for the subs instead of coming all the way out. If you don't do that, you run the risk of the seconds ticking by and you not being able to make your way onto the pitch. Thanks, Patagonia. I have a newfound appreciation for Argentina, and maybe at a later date, I'll talk about it. Do they reward diving in League One? I forget. It's been so long. Tanner looked really good. He's been subbed out for Colwell. Well, or maybe it's Willock. I don't know what side he's going to be on, but they've taken off their two wings as Pato just jumps up and easily collects that and distributes the ball immediately. And here we go on the counter. Bad pass there. O'Brien has to stop and come back to it, but gets it forward as Viner on his off wing, beats his man, pulls forward, cross, offside, I think, but it goes to Rathbone couldn't get to it and tried to draw it back, and now we got to hurry up and get on our ponies the other way to stop the counter attack going this way as it's 4-on-5, and we look okay as LOB is coming back in a hurry. You got to love Imre for just he opens stuff.
I don't know how Rathbone blows that.
Blows that one, yeah. I thought at least a shot or a chance or an opportunity or something.
He didn't need a second touch. What the hell was he doing?
Well, Rathbone foul there, but says play on and continue, and trouble here over on the right-hand side, and I don't know which of the two subs this is on that side, but there's the left foot from him into the box. Viner head, but doesn't get it out. It's going to go for another corner. Too much pressure, not enough the other way. Hey, Mr. Parkey, when you watch this game and you see the pressure coming and it's building and it's been building for about 10 minutes, you ever think maybe the dynamic of the game has to change enough that substitutions could gain an effect and starting to change the balance of things, especially when your opposition refreshes with two legs on the wings? Maybe you might want to counter that and do a thing. I just suggesting it. I know it's been a while. Headed away there. Kiefer Moore, nice header away, and it's going to go for a throw in 25 yards away. I love the man for his squad building. I love that he's committed to this purpose, and you know what you're going to get. But god damn, read the room. Read the room, sir. I'll agree with that statement. Loki saying Rathbone not been himself.
He's not played
Here they
well.
come again. Ashford. Ashford subbed over to the right-hand side where Tanner was, so that's part of the sub, and the ball stops on the goal line, and now it's a battle between Thomason and Ashford, and it's cleared forward. Moore has it, bounces around in his leg. He's being tugged and pulled by Osho as that battle continues. Moore tries to flop, and he gets himself a free kick. Tim, Utah, but now in Italy, and it's 10:24 p.m. Italy is on the list for sure. It's been a while since we've added to it or had somebody from Italy. And Parky having a chat saying, do we talk about substitutions? Who's the man on the right? Unfamiliar face to me, which could just be my deficiency. Absolutely, Gustavo. Early subs are communism. Bunch of socialists wanting to get other players out there.
Yeah, all the coaches were trying to convince him. No, you don't understand. We can't do subs, was what Parky was saying. It's not
Thomas and 18 yards. Pot one here and make me look far post too heavy. Nobody could get to it. Smith is a good shout. I'll take Whiteman, and I will take Smith, and you can take Broadhead out for. Do we go offense? I guess you don't have to. Leave him in your back pocket.
Oof, I don't like that call.
You don't like the call for Whiteman?
No. The out of bounds throwing.
Doyle, forward to Broadhead. Broadhead dancing around, right footer, just misses to the right-hand side. Continuing to sniff around, but not find a home. Whistle blows. Is that a whistle for subs? Oh, was that a curl or did that deflect off of Osho? Mr. Whiteman, I'm assuming that's for Matty James. Wrathful. I guess based on performance, you can't criticize that move. And so Whiteman playing more forward than I would have anticipated, but let's see what he's got. Catamatri. Did I get it that time? Catamatri.
Much better.
Catamatri. I'll just...
You want a little catamatri with your rigatoni.
Yeah, I'll just have to throw a little Mamma Mia in my head before I end up saying it all season long. Get the accent going. Cardiff City with the ball. Robertson, 35 yards out, punched through. Scanlon all over to the far side onto the wing. That's one of the subs. No, it's not one of the subs. Or was there more and I missed it? It's up in the air. Danger territory. Ashford scoops it back in and Doyle punches it out. That was Moylan who was all the way out on the wing and it threw me off. Yep, Deandra, new player, Whiteman. And interesting, they've bumped O'Brien forward, it looks like, to play where Rathbone was, and Whiteman's filled in for where LOB was. And I say that as Whiteman gets all the way forward there to put a bit of a press on. Right. Wrexham in full voice. 22 minutes to go, plus added, as it still continues to be the Cardiff possession show. 63% still, eh? Thought it'd be more than that as Hyam thumps it out. Did that just not refresh? It should refresh automatically, shouldn't it? Moore can't get to it, and I think a sub for him would have been welcome. 2 more windows left. Robertson, left-hand side Scanlon. He's got to run and chase the ball down before he can do anything with it, but he collects it in front of Imre. Viner, whoa, we got blown by. Left-hand side, a good recovery, but and a simple shot, and Pato just right there catches it. Easy as. I mean, you got to love the hands, right? Take the shot, grab it, and fall to ground. Simple. I mean, possession save, nothing really in it from Moylan. But still... cleaned up like a vacuum is, Osho misplays that and Moore has it, goes to ground, nothing in it, and Trott just collects the ball. I'm actually upset that they didn't sub Moore off as well. Had himself a great first goal, and he's been in a physical battle with Osho throughout. But I'd like to see that.
The only reason why you'd leave him in is because he has a significant size advantage. If you can get another corner and put it on him, it should be a goal.
Well, we'll take that. And when it happens, you can have another cookie.
I would rather they had brought in Smith. I'm just saying you could argue when he has a size mismatch, you want to keep him in. So
I just think having the legs, too, to do a little bit of a push for the last 30 minutes might also disrupt.
And I agree.
So Osho with it. Moore chasing him down. Right-hand side. Ashford, who's over on that wing now, cuts back 25 yards out, running perpendicular to the 18-yard box right across until he bumps it forward to Scanlon. Scanlon now. It's interesting that they put Moylan out on that left side as well. Couldn't get the pass forward to Moore. It gets knocked down and easily collected by... I'm just going to keep calling it Bagan. I'm with you, Andy. Whatever we have to do. If that means that we need another bong hit, we'll go for it. Left-hand side. Ashford draws it back into the area. Pushed in the back. Thank you, sir. I gotta love when the official goes, what do I do? I gotta call it. Was that Ing? Sam Smith, you call, you get. Ooh, and there's a surprise sub in behind him. Keeler Dunn. I thought his days in red were going to be few and far between, and he may not get the minutes as he gets a pat on the back, and Mr. Smith gets to go out and hold this on, bring some pace, and try and find another one. And Keeler Dunn, I didn't see who he's come on for. 72nd minute. 72nd minute, Parky. Dave Foster enters the chat. How are you, my friend? And right after we use our second window, who just went down? Matty James? I will be nonplussed if Wrexham doesn't have rejected Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders at home games. Hit that bomb. Who did Keeler Dunn come in for? Oh, Dobson's up, so maybe
Steve pushing for the cheerleaders.
And that's our
Not
window.
a bad idea. Everyone in England and Wales will hate you, but yes.
How have we looked so far? It's the first half. We dominated the first 20 minutes. Moore had an exceptional goal. Really, was the pass from Imre in that got it there. Half volley. Still had work to do. But it just looked easy. Their defense was a shambles. And so I think that in combination with how we came out, we looked really, really good. They took over control for about 10, 15 minutes after that, till about the 30-minute mark. And it was pressure that you see right now. And the whole second half has been sort of this pressure. And then we took over again, 30-minute mark till the end of the first half. It was all us and just couldn't find anything.
With doubles being subbed in just in time to get a yellow that they'll score off of.
Why you got because you don't jinx.
That's why.
That's why. If I was to say that, like, it would blow up the chat. And so we've looked good defensively, and since we're using the last window, Longman's up. I'm wondering, he's not coming in for Imre, is he? He's got to come in for Thomason.
James.
I missed what's happened to Spetsnaz too. I think he just went down with a niggle. Oh, so Imre's off for Longman. Dobson's on. Imre's got a little bit of a limpy going up there too, right? Did you notice that?
Yeah.
So that might have been some of the influence. Man, is that the hair gel in the middle of Dobson's jersey? Did you see that big stain in the middle of Dobson's jersey? I think the hair gel's leaking everywhere. Had to get it somewhere. Wipes it right in the middle of his chest.
Yeah, it's for the knuckleball.
Get it? Yeah. Put it on the outside of the toes.
Yeah.
Smith up there trying to win the ball. Canned on the restart from Pato, and it's moved forward. 3-on-3 as they've got an opening here. Left-hand side, Moylan, 25 yards up. Red jersey's falling back. We're good now as they settle down Scanlon. And it's been like this for the entirety of the second half. Has been possession for Cardiff City. And a couple of opportunities, but nothing really super threatening. Again, Scanlon splits Longman and O'Brien, knocks it back to Robertson. He's looking up the middle of the pitch, doesn't like what he sees. So he just offloads to Scanlon, gets the return ball back, and misplay there on a pass, and it's up to Sam Smith that's playing, holding things up to allow it to go for Doyle as red jerseys flood forward. Spetsnaz message retracted. I can't see what was there. I'm not going to repeat that. Why not? Because of my penchants to cause problems. Blocked down, straight up in the air. Osho and DKD. Oh, loose ball. Comes free. Right footer. Missed. That was a horrible shot. Whiteman. What did he miss that by? 6 feet? Power was there, but nowhere close to goal. Cardiff City, more possession now, building up from the
we
back.
Didn't sub, we reloaded. We are deep.
O'Brien forward, Sam Smith in behind and onside, 5 yards, cross there. Keeler Dunn tried to get over the head with that as it was behind him and couldn't get there. That would have been something if he could have got that, because that was a bullet going the other way. And Steve, by the way, thank you for the further donations. I think I missed that one earlier, or two. Left-hand side, Scanlon. 77th minute, 13 to go and added time, and it's going to be like this as Moylan splits his men, beats Longman, deflection, and oh, God. Hit Hyam, takes a bounce, and I just about shat myself. As soon as you heard that extra thump, it was just a pucker. It was just a pucker. As it deflected up in the air, because nothing Pato could have done. That was just random fire.
He must have like a magnetic plate in his head, because the balls just find him, don't they?
Look at that stain in the middle of Rathbone's kit. That's fascinating. What's that old Brill cream? Is that old-fashioned? It looks like Brill cream. Did they have that in the UK? Pato through the mob, through the mess, and still finds a way to get it on there. That's weird that like just showed up, Steve, on my chat. Yeah, this team always stresses me out. Welcome to the season. How much have we missed it? Right-hand sides. Held up by Ashford. He's going to cut back and run again along the 18-yard box. Moves it forward. Robertson with a touch tries to go to his left, and O'Brien intercepts it and goes the other way. He's being pulled, went to the ground way too easy. Ref doesn't get that, and we're all sitting there looking for a call, and Cardiff is moving forward. Moylan, but Dabo comes in with a nice pick of the pocket on Moylan and fires it forward for Smith to try to get to Bagan, and he does. Bagan trips and falls. Handball. I thought it was potential. Unintentional, just sort of bounced off the ground. But I think he got it running forward. It was Brill cream, right? Did they have Brill cream in the US or in the UK? Yeah, it was a British brand. All right, now I know. There you go. 3 subs coming in for Cardiff City. Ashford stepping off, Scanlon stepping off, and that looks like Robertson stepping off. That's interesting because that's full midseason. That's their whole midfield, really. Loading up front. Robinson up front, Capaccio in the back, and I missed the other sub that's coming in. 45 for 30. Isaac Davis, another attacker. So they're loaded up front now. 2 strikers coming on and being exhausted off the bench. Isaac Davies, Callum Robinson. Come on, lads. You're only here for the Wrexham. My voice is out. I can't sing for crap right now. I got to get back into season form. No warm-ups. Bad back pass there. Missed it from Moylan. He's going to go back. Osho on the left-hand side, 35 yards out, holding the ball, looking for options. Can't find any, so he's just going to end up deferring to Bagan, Moylan, through the middle of the pitch. Is that Ing that's moved forward over to that side? Bagan on the left. 9 minutes plus added to hold out and continue forward. As they're still piercing. Ball through. Viner. Nice little header. Gets it all the way up to Sam Smith. Holds up. Draws it back. And red jerseys go forward, giving Viner an outlet, but he doesn't hit it. And he misses O'Brien. And Bagan just collects it. Started well. Nice little interplay. Then dropped it. Who is that? Caldwell filled the spot where Robinson began with it. Robertson, sorry. Can't find anything, so he's going to curl and go the other way. Moylan, who's been set up on the left-hand side away from the center mid position that he was at before. Nice little foot on the ball there by Longman. Frees it up, well done. O'Brien gets it back to him, and Longman says, Mr. Smith, do your thing. Well done. Osho, too physical. Grabbed Smith while he's in the air and held him back. And that's what Sam Smith, he's not tall, but he's good in the air. And he gets position, gets up in the air, chests the ball down, and then can't maintain it. I don't know what Des uses polish now. Toothpaste for Brill cream. That's relatively harmless. Could have been crazy glue. Smith. Right foot. Ball just sort of dropped right there, and it kind of surprised himself. Went to ground to try and get to it, but Trott able to grab it. It's always, though any of the teams that are coming up, you're always going to get one of them that sort of surprises and ends up pushing. Last year it was us, right? And a lot of people had us going back down or sitting sort of 17th, 18th. Of the teams that are coming up, I think Cardiff is best suited to be one of those teams that push, but I don't know if it's 10th. I probably have them mid-table. I do have them mid-table. Caldwell put it in, easily intercepted by Doyle. Doyle's just going to soft play it up to O'Brien, continue on, grab the ball, and give it to Smith. Smith, too many options, too many blue the other way, so he's going to curl back, and then he misses the pass. Can we keep it in? We can't. Giveaway. Wow, Steve. Otto. I don't know. Wolves. I look at the Wolves. I look at the Hammers. I just don't know. Bag and put it in. Thomason, not a good ball. Comes up. Sorry?
You didn't watch them play, though, did you?
I watched the Burnley game against the Hammers.
And that scared you somehow?
The first 20 minutes, they looked really good. And then it just sort of departed.
Yeah, we looked really good against one of the Premier League teams in one game, too.
Fair. They just, too much money and quality. Pato jumps up and collects it 6 minutes plus added time. Gustavo agrees. Interesting. Let's start a poll. Where do we finish?
See how Patterson makes catching the ball look really
Playoffs.
easy? Because it is.
Just missing playoffs. I guess I could just call that mid-table. Caldwell forward, taking on Keeler Dunn, gets around him, and they'll get a corner out of it. 5 minutes left as Cardiff fans get loud, trying to make this something happen. Began. Optimism abounds. Left foot in swinger began 3 yards out. Smith easy heads it away, but then and the offer back in pretty soft and pretty poor. Lots of space for Capaccio, but the defender gets the right foot on it and just misses it. It gets punched down, and Cardiff City's forced to come back the distance of the pitch, and they do so. Colwell, who's been all over the middle of the pitch since Robertson's been out, slides it forward. Robinson over to the right-hand side. Capaccio, right-hand side. Thomason out there to defend. Another corner. There was a shout there on the attempt by Davies to get in that it should be a goal kick, but they decide not to. Another set piece question mark. 4 minutes plus added time left. Don't say it, Andy. Began. Is that Began? No, that's the sub. Flat. Oof, dangerous. It was a low looper, and we managed to clear it. 4 red jerseys on the run and only 2 back. Now it's a 3-on-2. Doyle. 4-on-3. All the way forward. Longman going far post. Keeler Dunn. No, it's headed away, but it's down to Keeler Dunn again. Don't leave that for him. Doyle left footed and right into the breadbasket of Trot. I can't put my vote in, but if I did, I'd say playoffs. We are a solid championship team, though, and that's what makes this fun. Would you have left that if you were Keeler Dunn instead of sticking the right foot out and curling it back? I don't know who was it O'Brien who was there with the potential opportunity to just run onto the ball. And I thought just leaving it there would have been a better option. But 3 minutes left. Moylan with it. He's entered into the box, far post. Not able to get ahead on it. And it's just flicked out the side of the 18-yard box. Flipped back in. Ball's bouncing around all over the place. Nobody's really able to settle it down. And finally Began does 25 yards out. Far post, cross in, headed away. Doyle there. Left leaves it for Keeler Dunn to run on, try to keep it. And he does, and he just thumps it down the pitch. Smith. We're holding on as Ing gets it over to Capaccio. Began. Now I'm all thrown off. Steve, 7 points ahead of Southampton with the win. Davis has it. He's a little jitterbug over there on the right-hand side, but he ends up just deferring to Ing, gets it over. Capaccio now, the defender looking for a cross. Thomason, nice, drags the right heel and just stops the ball, takes it away, maintains possession, but the pass to Keeler Dunn, a little bit suspect. Waterman up to Smith. Saves it, draws it back, and there's a long ball. O'Brien can't get to it. It's going to go out of play. 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Argentina are the new Southampton. Like I said, I've got a newfound appreciation for Argentina, so I can't. You won't see me speak negatively of them, at least for now.
You don't see Argentina negatively after watching the World Cup.
Oh, I'm not talking football. Smith goes the other way. Oh, referee hits it. Drop ball for us. Yeah, drop. Cardiff, don't you dare. How many times did you say that last season? Don't you dare. What do we say? It probably should only be 2 minutes of added time. I mean, we had the subs and we had James go down, but other than that, everybody's been
3 or 4.
So it'll be 4.
Probably 4.
Smith able to get to the ball because of his position again and maintains it for us. Doyle's got it in the back. Blue jersey's coming forward to press. Long ball forward. Onside is Smith. In behind. Chip over top. Just misses. Trot came off. Smith saw it. Does the scoop over top and just couldn't get it there. Too soon, DeAndre. Too soon. Capaccio with the ball, 9 yards out. Thomason on him. Keeler Dunn slides out, gets a foot onto it. Can Thomason collect? He can. Still pressure from Davies, looking for a play on the ball, and he gets it down the line, but Keeler Dunn couldn't get to it, and it's collected there. Caldwell towards the 18-yard box, stabbed out by Haim as it's entered in. 6 minutes of added time. Where the fuck did that come from? Six minutes.
Plenty of time to watch Cardiff flop like 30 times.
Jesus. Matty, James, and the subs. Did I miss anybody going to ground for an extended period? No goals.
James,
Caldwell into the box. But that was it. It was James on the ground, and he was immediately subbed out. No?
Um,
Jesus. Began. Uh-oh. Missed the ball. Dangerous. And we give up a corner in the scramble to collect as two Wrexham players collide, going for the header. This is in Cardiff. I will give it to
Thomason defensively has been very good. Offensively, he's been garbage. He's
trouble. Oh, was that a double doink? I thought that was going to go into the net as it off Cardiff and then off Wrexham, and it's going to go and they're taking a short corner. Interesting decision there as they've been around it from set piece play, more dangerous than they have been from open play. So I'm surprised they went with it there. Into the box, cleared away. Still got 4 minutes left. Capaccio moving forward, 25-yard box into the area. Headed away. Knocked down by Moylan, just gone back to the center of the pitch. He's moving forward, just bangs it off of the shins of Dobson, and it comes all the way back. Colwell's going to grab it and collect. Hold on! Hold on! Capaccio, right-hand side, moves it forward. Davis, sorry. That's my Canadianness coming out. Scooped in by Colwell, far post. Moylan's moved all the way over there, and he's not able to get to it. Knocks it down and offside. We'll take that. We'll take that. Slow down. Holding on for 87 minutes. Hold on. We did go for it for about 10-15 there, from minute 30 to minute 45 in the second half, or the first half. Oh, it was a touch off of Himes' back. We did need that offside. Everybody breathe. 3 minutes. Candy Stripe Shredder's back just for the chaos. Long thump. Smith, possession again. Over Osho, the bigger man. And we get possession 20 yards away, 25 yards away from goal. Waterman with it. Over to Dobson. Missed touch there by O'Brien, and it's going to go out for a throw. Got to be better with that, guys. We had another 30 seconds that we could have told. I called 68% possession at the start. Like, it's what Cardiff City does, right? And it's also what we're willing to accept. So, I mean, this just follows the script. Mr. Barton. Thanks, man. I need to get some more subscribers at the rate you're going and giving out the memberships. Right-hand side, Colwell with it. Stabs it forward. Not the best pass, but then we clear it poorly. Who is that with the bad giveaway? Doyle, and he believes it right inside the box. Capaccio now cut back pass. Patterson, danger. Still up in the air. Header. What the hell? Was that saved off the line, or did Pato get that? Was that Hyam? Holy jumping Jesus. Fogarty. Paul, how are you? Smith on the run. No call on the flop. Smith. Stopped by Trott and just cleared out. Waterman scoops it over. A minute and a half. Run to the corner flag. I got no shame. Get to the corner flag. And it's going to go out for a throw in, and we'll take our time. Imre's been really good. He got the assist in the past. What happened here? Patterson goes up, and he misses it. And Hyam, underneath, heads it up off the crossbar. Whew. 4 away. 4 away. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button and you're here lurking in the background, give us a bump so you can follow us all season long. As it goes out, we'll take another. Whoa, what? I thought that was ours. I thought it was ours. I thought it was ours. Colwell has looked good. They just said to the announcer that it's been a good cameo, and it has been. 30 seconds, getting close to the end of it, moving forward. Colwell crosses the midfield stripe, looking for options, left, right, doesn't like it, still holding the ball. 20 seconds to go. Oh, that's Colwell now. I missed up with the hairdo. Still dangerous. 18-yard box. There's a flop. Don't point. Free kick outside the box. Dobson. They foul called and they're screaming for a pen. I thought it was close, and they gave it to them. And so this will be the last play. A free kick, dangerous spot. But they're going to have to go through the wall. Yeah, he did. Stuck the leg in and only got the leg, but it was outside the box.
This is all Dobson does. I'm gonna go. This is so difficult to contain the swears that are just. That was a dive, but Dobson's like a foul magnet.
Going to be a smash through the wall. It's the only option they've got because it's right at that spot. I mean, you're not getting that up down, so they're going to have to smash it. Put everybody on the wall. Cover your bits. Dobson's massaging his. That was awkward. Well, here's the ball game. Colwell scores. Right foot. Bullet corner to the net. 1-1. Brilliantly placed. You got to give it to Colwell, who looked good coming off the bench.
Why did you sub in Dobson?
Well, he had to because James went down.
This is what he does. He cost us 3 games last year on this exact thing, and he did it again now. He should never be on the field again.
No, you can't blame Pato for that one. That's a bullet.
That's 100% on Parkinson.
Pato got a glove on it, but it's not enough.
Like,
oh, it's over. I mean, that's 6 minutes.
How do you set the wall up like that and then not cover?
They haven't blown full time yet, but they will. I mean, all told, if you win at home and you draw away, you take it, right? So, yeah, this is bullshit.
No, there's nothing positive about this.
But I'm trying.
No, this is the kind of shit that makes it so that you don't either get into the playoffs or you miss automatics. You can't be giving up easy points like this. This was fucking stupid.
I don't know what you do then, though, because if it's not James, like who comes off the bench? You either need to go get another midfielder. I mean,
you could have put Longman out wide. You could have moved Thomason inside.
Yeah, Thomason inside could have been a move, I suppose.
Dobson should not be on the field. If you want to get mad at the game that Okonkwo lost for us in Swansea, then how can you not be mad at the 3 games Dobson gave up?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm trying to be the bastion of positivity and optimism on this one. I mean, that one's a kick in the junk. Some wins you feel, or some draws you feel like you win, some draws you feel like you lost. That one's definitely the latter. I mean, the possession stats and everything are going to tell a different tale, and it is what it is. We potted one early. We kept the pressure on in the first half. The second half, it was just a bunch of defend and hold on for 87 minutes and weren't able to get the job done. You go into the dressing room, into the locker room, and what do you take away from this other than Dobson not being out there? I mean, midfield, Ben Sheaf's injured. I mean, technically, Elliot Lee would have been an option. No, he's not out yet. Has he signed with anybody since? But he's not a defensive guy.
No. All we've been saying is how we are thin in the midfield, and they only got one guy.
And he's Waterman is a capable midfielder,
Whiteman?
but Whiteman, sorry. I keep calling him Waterman. Whiteman is a capable
I
midfielder.
just want to waterboard Dobson. Maybe that's what you're
I'm reading the Whiteman's a capable midfielder, but he's of a different style. Like, I don't necessarily rate Whiteman as class ahead of Sheaf, O'Brien. Like, all of our midfielders are very capable and play different roles, whether they be the box-to-box guy from O'Brien and whether they be the defensive sort of control guy like Sheaf, whether it be Matty James with his progressive passing and his outlet and his control, Whiteman for his set pieces and also his passing. Dobson's supposed to be the defensive stalwart. And
wasn't Thomason playing defensive mid at Bolton as their captain?
Yes.
Yeah. So there you go. You loved him that much, then that's should have been them.
Go and get it anyway. The poll says, where do we finish? Most have us in the playoffs. Some have us in autos. Interestingly, that's a ton of optimism. I think we're destined for playoffs, but I don't have us looking at autos. And that was before this game. Man of the match. Got to put that out as a poll, don't I? And at least see where we're at and see if I can keep track of it for the season. Who are my options? Imre's a certainty. More, he got the goal. Who else looked good for us? Doyle,
yeah.
Doyle looked solid defensively.
Mr. Coffey calling out what you used to call out all last year. If you can see the momentum shift and you can see it coming and you know we're going to give up a late goal, and as a coach you don't do something about it,
yeah. Well, there was a little bit of a lack of attention to detail and stuff, like running to the corner flag. I said, have no shame in it, and instead we're still taking opportunities. And I get it on the Smith opportunity because the ball sort of landed to him and it's right there, so you look to try and push it through. Imre, Doyle. Okay, I'll put Viner out as well. And so let's put the poll out, and you guys can have your vote on that one for first man of the match for the season. Stay tuned for, we're going to see what happens with the women. They've got their friendlies at the Rock. If you are in Wrexham, 5 days from now, the 23rd, the Sunday, 2 p.m. start, 6 a.m. my time, 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll see if they're going to stream those in any way. And then 4 days after that on the Thursday, they've got an afternoon game for our time and a night game at the Rock as well. So Watford and Wolverhampton taking on the girls before they start their season on the 6th of September. For the men, we go again. Home opener coming up Saturday, August 22nd, early in the morning. Watford coming to visit before we go out on the road again to travel to Birmingham. I didn't jinx today. I don't think. Maybe I should have. I held it back for as much as we could. Steve, we'll have to ask about your alcohol consumption and make sure that you were there. Appreciate everybody there.
She just wasn't drunk enough. Do better, Steve.
Do better, Steve. Subscribe if you're watching. I'm going to try and find out some time to do some more things. I say that all the time. It's just been a challenge. Do we want to go through the stats? I'll just run through them.
Do you mind if we just kind of kill it a little early?
Yeah, we can kill it.
I need to get back to work.
I will say, did I say 68%? No, I said 67% at the start of this. End of this thing. Ball possession, 67-33. It was all there for us to win. We were headed on the XG. But until next time, we'll see you guys on Saturday. Have yourself a wonderful week. Up the town. Take care. Bye-bye.